new Google anti-gravity AI agent update is insane. You're wasting hours every single day typing the same prompts over and over, explaining the same rules to your AI agent, teaching it how your team works every single time. There's a better way, and it dropped just days ago. Hey everyone, it's Julian, and today I'm breaking down Google's brand new agent skills update for anti-gravity. This update changes everything about how you work with AI agents. No more repeating yourself, no more wasted prompts. Your AI agent will remember exactly how you want things done, and I'm going to show you exactly how to set this up step by step. And stick around because later in this video, I'll show you the 5 patterns you need to master to build skills that actually work, plus the one mistake everyone makes when setting these up that wastes their entire context window. Let me start with the big picture here. Google announced anti-gravity back in November 2025 as their new AI-powered development platform. It's not just a code editor with AI on the side, it's built from the ground up for AI agents. Think of it like an IDE where the AI isn't just helping you write code, it's actually planning entire projects, executing tasks across your editor, terminal, and browser all by itself. But here's what was missing: every time you started a new conversation with the agent, you had to explain everything from scratch: your coding standards, your commit message format, your deployment process, all of it every single time. That's where agent skills comes in. On January 13th, 2026, just days ago, Google added support for the agent skills open standard. And this is huge. So, what are agent skills exactly? Think of them as instruction manuals that sit dormant until needed. When you ask the agent to do something that matches a skills description, it loads those specific instructions and follows them exactly. Here's a real example. Say your team uses conventional commits for Git messages. Without skills, you'd explain the format every single conversation. With agent skills, you define the rules once. Now, the agent automatically formats your commits correctly every time. This turns Google's generalist Gemini 3 Pro into a specialist for your specific project. And here's what makes this even better. Agent skills is an open standard. It was originally developed by Anthropic for Claude, but now it works across multiple platforms. Google Anti-Gravity, Claude Code, Cursor, and other AI coding tools can all use the same skill files. You build it once, use it everywhere. Now let me break down the technical setup. Every skill is a folder with a skill.md file. This file has YAML metadata at the top with the skill's name and description. Below that, your instructions in Markdown. When you start a conversation, the agent scans all skills but only reads the names and descriptions. When your request matches the description, it loads the full instructions. This keeps your context clean and efficient. You have 2 storage options. Global skills at tilde/.gemini/antigravity/skills work across all projects. Workspace skills at .agent/skills only work in that specific project. Start with workspace skills, test them until they work perfectly, then move the good ones to global if needed. Now let's talk about the 5 patterns for building skills. This is where most people mess up, so pay close attention. Pattern 1. Basic router. This is your hello world of skills. It's just a skill.md file with metadata and instructions, no scripts, no references, nothing else. Perfect for enforcing simple rules. The git commit formatter is a perfect example. You define the conventional commit specification in the instructions, the agent reads it and formats your commits correctly. That's it. Simple but incredibly powerful when you're making dozens of commits a day. Pattern 2, the reference pattern. This is for when you need to include static content that shouldn't change. Like a license header that needs to go at the top of every file in your project, instead of putting that entire 20-line Apache license directly in your skill.md file, which wastes tokens every time the skill is loaded, you put it in a separate text file in a references folder. The skill just tells the agent, hey, read this file when you need the license text. This keeps your context clean and prevents the AI from hallucinating typos in legal text. You never want AI improvising your copyright notice. Pattern 3, the few shot pattern. This is where you show the agent examples of what you want. Let's say you're converting API responses to pedantic models. There are dozens of decisions involved. How do you handle optional fields? What about nested objects? What naming conventions do you use? Instead of writing a massive instruction manual, you put 2 or 3 example conversions in an examples folder. The agent looks at your examples and says, oh, I see the pattern, and follows it for new conversions. This is incredibly powerful for tasks where showing is easier than telling, Pattern 4, the tool use pattern. This is where you bundle actual executable scripts with your skill. Say you have a complex database migration process. There's a Python script that validates the migration, checks for conflicts, backs up data, all before running the actual migration. Without skills, you'd have to manually run that script every time. With the tool use pattern, you put that script in a scripts folder inside your skill. The skill instructions tell the agent when to use the script and how to pass the right parameters. Now, the agent can execute your safe migration process automatically. This transforms your agent from just knowing about something to actually being able to do it. Pattern 5, the all in one pattern. This combines everything: instructions, references, examples, and scripts all in one skill package. This is for complex workflows like deploying a full application. You might have deployment scripts, environment config templates, example deployment logs, and detailed instructions on the process. The agent has everything it needs in one place to handle the entire deployment from start to finish. Here's a critical thing most people miss. Your description in the YAML front matter is make or break. This is what the agent uses to decide whether to load your skill. If your description is vague, like help write APIs, the agent won't know when to use it. Write descriptions in third person with strong trigger keywords. Something like generates REST API endpoint handlers in Fast API, following our internal security and logging conventions. That's specific, that's clear, that's what triggers the right skill at the right time. Also, keep your skills focused. One skill equals one clear purpose. Don't try to cram everything into a mega skill. 5 focused skills will work way better than one giant do everything file. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, let me give you 3 action steps you can take right now. First, if you haven't already, download Google Anti-Gravity. Get it set up, explore the interface, get comfortable with the agent manager and editor views. Second, identify one repetitive task you do constantly, something where you're always explaining the same thing to AI. That's your first skill candidate. Build a simple skill.md file for it using the basic router pattern. Third, test it, use it, refine it. Once it works great, build your second skill, then your third. Build up your library over time. You don't need to create 50 skills on day one. Start with 1 or 2 that solve your biggest pain points. The time savings will be immediate. Remember, agent skills is an open standard. The skills you build for anti-gravity will work in other tools too. You're not locked into one ecosystem. This is genuinely one of the most practical AI updates I've seen in a while. It solves a real problem: the constant repetition, the context bloat, the inconsistent behavior. Google shipped this update on January 13th, 2026, just over a week ago. Most people don't even know this exists yet.